You gotta use M1 with this team. Oh my gosh. No, bro. I'm not losing this guy. What is his name? I love my turtles 21. You suck at the game. No way. What? You're actually so bad. I'm not GGing this, bro. You ran all game. This kid ran for 5 minutes straight, bro. This kid's actually the worst YBA player I've ever seen. I'm so angry, bro. There's no way. That kid is so bad. This kid has infinite health, bro. He was at 1 HP the whole time and just turned on his HP lock hacks, bro. What the heck is that, bro? What is that? That's so dumb. That's not right. This game doesn't. What's his username? I'm going in the YB Discord server. I'm going. Why is it locked down? From I love my turtles. Is he not in here? Oh, he's not in the YBA server. That kid sucks. That was actually the worst player. I swear. Bro, on God, that was the most worst, embarrassing player I've ever seen in this game, bro. This kid sucks, I swear. I always, like, whenever I'm playing good and I fight bad players, I always, somehow end up losing. I don't know if it's bad player luck or something. That's so, like, dumb. That's so cheese. I don't know. That shouldn't exist. How does that even make sense, bro? That kid was awful. That shows how dumb the world over heaven is. Because a White Album Pluck, who is leagues better than that kid just ran all game and post healed and gained a total of 0 health. White Album is literally, first off, no, that's not even the world over heaven's problem. Because that dude, well, it is the world over heaven's problem. But it's also a White Album problem because the stand is so awful and so lackluster. It needs something, bro. Because that shouldn't happen. I should have beat that guy with my eyes closed, dude. I should have beat that guy with my mouth shut and my hands behind my back, and I was playing with my toes, and I only had like 2 toes, 1 toe on each foot. Because that guy was actually that terrible. I'm not even exaggerating, bro. I'm mind boggled, bro. I'm dumbfounded of how I managed to lose a 1v1 match to that absolute embarrassment of the world over heaven player. That guy did not even earn his stand, dude. He didn't even get it, bro. He traded it because he got some Jaguar Star Platinum and traded it for the world over heaven because he saw Sage Tempest use it and think that it was a good stand because he's absolutely awful. He's absolutely terrible at the game. This kid is hacking. This kid was actually hacking. Like, dude was, I know for 100% for a fact, dude, I put that on my cat's life, that kid was 100% hacking and had some HP lock hacks because he was posing as an illusion. He was making me think that he was low. He wanted me to try and get hit by his goofy half a second of cancel window time, the AoE 35 true damage, block break BS move. Because that kid, he didn't even use reality override punch. Yeah, that's his best move and he forgot it existed. Because that dude was actually awful. It's unbelievable how that kid is that bad and I lost to him. I'm someone who beat a ranked play. I'm someone who beat ranked players multiple times before and I lost to that actual trash bag. If there was a ranking system in YB, that guy would be on the absolute bottom of the barrel, bro. Like I'm at like the top of the food chain. I'm not at the top of the food chain. I'm like at the high middle of the food chain. And what the hell? Okay. I'm at the high middle of the mood chain, and that guy is absolute bottom of the barrel. That guy is like sewage water. No one wants him. His family doesn't want him. He's unloved. The divorce papers are downstairs for him, bro. Like, he needs to go check that instead of checking his YBA account, because he needs to check on his Snapchat DMs, because he has a total of 0 girls messaging him, 0 girls talking to him, because he gets a total of 0 female interaction every single day. That man does not shower. That man is showerless. That man stinks. That man got flies surrounding him. His hair, his head is a fly nest, bro. Because it's how embarrassing of that kid just labs the world over heaven. Watching Sage Tempest and the Clip Stand reviews every single day, one by one, on loop, on repeat, thinking he can get good at the game, but he will never be good at the game because that kid was awful. That kid was actually terrible. It's unbelievable how bad this kid is. I don't believe. I'm utterly dumbfounded. I am at a loss for words of how bad this kid is. I could make a whole entire diss track, and it would not compensate for how angry I am. It would not compensate for the loss of words I am because of how bad that kid is and how utterly defeated I feel in the soul. I'm actually gonna quit this game. I know I said multiple times I lost to a Prestige 2, I'm gonna quit this game. I lost to a Prestige 1, I'm gonna quit this game. I'm literally quitting this game. I'm never touching this game. I'm never touching this game. I'm never typing in Roblox YBA on my keyboard ever again after this stream ends, bro. Because this game is actually awful, bro. This game's literally terrible, bro. That should not be able to happen. That man was utterly awful. That man was actually the most terrible, embarrassing YBA player I've ever seen in my entire life. In my entire 2 years of playing this game, that was the absolute worst person I've ever seen in this game. No doubt about it. On game, bro. I put that on, bro. I put that on every single Roblox account. I put that on my Fortnite account, bro. That kid was actually terrible. That kid was awful. There aren't words to describe how utterly negative gameplay-wise that kid was. Because that kid is bad. That kid is awful. That kid is terrible. Because what is this kid doing in life? This kid has achieved nothing. He has a 1.5 GPA. This kid has achieved nothing in his life. This kid has no certificates. His parents are not proud of him. Because what is he even here for? To watch me rage? No, this kid sucks. So what is he even here for? What is he doing? You should quit the game now. Because what are you even doing in this life? You're wasting space. Your Roblox account is a waste of Roblox cash. And someone else could have made an account. Someone else's account number could have been that, and it shouldn't have been you, because you're actually awful. You're god terrible at this game, bro. God have mercy on your soul, because I don't have mercy, because you're actually terrible. You're actually awful. You are so embarrassingly bad. I could use Speckless Red Hot Chili Pepper and absolutely mop the entire floor with that kid. I could have been using Speckless Speckless Mr. President, and I could have 900 ping playing at 2 frames per second, and I would have absolutely, my eyes closed too, and I would have been blind, and my mouth would have been shut, my fingers, frostbite on my fingers. That kid, I still would have mopped the absolute floor on that kid with high HP. I would have 3-stocked that kid. I don't care if there's only 2 stocks. I would have absolutely 3-stocked that kid. No matter what, I should have won that. That's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how Uzu makes this game. He thinks this is fair. He thinks this is a right state for this game to stay in, bro. Because that should not be physically possible. I could high stock that kid. I could high health 3-stock that kid with Mr. President, my eyes gouged out, and my fingers bleeding, and my fingernails ripped off, and my feet cut off, because that kid is actually awful. That kid is terrible at this game. That kid should not be able to have a Roblox account. Roblox should up their TOS to make the game 13 plus. This game should cost money. YBA should be the next GPO and cost 200 Robux, because that kid has no Robux. That kid has no earnings. That kid is awful. That kid's stats is below, bro. That kid has absolutely 0 stats, 0 accomplishments, and 0 girls, 0 wives, bro, because that kid is absolutely unloved by an entire family tree. I could absolutely mop the entire floor of that kid's family tree, take a piss on their graves individually, one by one on their family tree, it and put some Clorox wipes on it, because that boy is dirty. That boy, not even a shower can save that kid. That boy needs to rinse himself with bleach and Lysol wipes and everything, because that kid is actually awful. That kid is literally terrible. It's unbelievable. I don't understand, bro. I don't know if it's my keyboard, it's my setup. This happens every single... Oh, I thought that was a clone of me. Oh, bro, this happens every single time, bro. These past 3 streams have been so unlucky for me. It's Black Lives Matter month. I'm supposed to be lucky. Yeah, I'm losing to the worst YBA players in this game. I don't understand it. This game's racist. Uzu's racist. This Paragon's racist. I don't care if Paragon isn't a dev. This game is racist, bro. White album users. That guy has to be. That guy is in the government. He had the government plan this out his lifetime. He was waiting for his entire life just to kill me, a white album plug with a total of 0 skill. That dude has a total of 3 functioning cells in his body, not just brain cells, not just blood cells, total cells. That man is actually terrible. That man does not deserve to even have a Roblox account. That man does not deserve to have any electronical devices because of how embarrassing his skill level is. Because that man should be banned from this game. There should be a new rule in YBA. I petition for this, a new rule in YBA. If you're bad at the game, you automatically get banned. If you're bad in if you play 1v1s and you're bad, you should not be able to play the game, because we play 1v1s to have a good, fun challenge. But this man is not having a good, fun challenge because this man is not a challenge. There isn't a word to describe. There isn't a single word in the dictionary to describe how awful this kid is, because this man's actually terrible. This man, terrible isn't even good enough a word. There's no word I could find in the Bible, in the dictionary, in my high school yearbook, in my school yearbook, elementary 5th grade school yearbook. I do not care. No yearbook quote has the words to describe how awful that kid was, how terrible that kid was, how embarrassing that kid was, and how utter dog disappointment that kid was. We're keeping this stream family friendly. I'm trying my hardest not to absolutely swear my booty pants off, bro, because that kid's actually terrible. That man literally is, that man is literally wearing Mario underwear right now. He's pooping his pants in his diapers because he's actually scared. He knows I would actually mop the floor with him. I would use him as my dustpan. I would use his hair as a broom and use his body as a dustpan and clean up the absolute mess that kid is, because that kid is awful. I would actually mop that kid. I don't care what day and age. I could be 80 years old and that kid could be 15 in his prime, the prime of his life. I could be in my lowest low in my life and I would absolutely destroy, maul on that kid. There's no other way. There's no other word to describe how terrible. There aren't even words. The word word isn't even a valid word anymore to describe how awful that I need to. There isn't a single word. There needs to be a new language dedicated to how awful that kid is, because that kid is garbage. That kid is actually off at the game. That kid does not deserve to have any electronic devices. That kid does not deserve to have his internet bill paid for. He uses his neighbor's Wi-Fi because he has no earnings. He's too poor to have his own internet. He doesn't exist. That kid is awful. His dad works 3 jobs and is divorced, and his mother has a total of 0 habit. His whole family's depressed, and that kid's living the time of his life knowing that he actually chased his way into a win that he did not deserve. I deserve that. Those ranked points could have been gone for a whole new different use, bro. I could have been on the leaderboards or something with that, man. I could have gotten a whole job. I could have cured cancer with that. But no, that alternate timeline where I won, I could have been a doctor, a world scientist who found the cure to cancer and made COVID go away. But just because of that 1v1 match, that man has single-handedly doomed humanity for the rest of this whole generation. Not this whole generation, this whole period, this whole era, this whole planet, this whole galaxy, this whole universe, this whole multiverse, this whole omniverse. There is no peace in fiction or non-fiction. I don't even know if God can answer this, of how utterly terrible and how I managed to lose against that awful player, dude. Because that man was terrible. That man was embarrassing. How did that kid even have the brain cells, the brain power to even create a Roblox account? That dude probably doesn't even have an email. He just forged it out of nowhere, out of sticks and stones, like Iron Man in a cave. Because that kid, I don't understand it, man. This does not deserve. I don't understand, bro. This doesn't make sense. This is unfair. It's Black Lives Matter month. How am I losing to this kid, bro? This kid sucks. This kid is unfair. This kid is completely rigging every single thing, every single match that someone plays against him. It's ruined. This kid has ruined childhoods. This kid is playing YBA on his iPad mini in the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and his Make-A-Wish was, hey, can I beat the YouTuber Swag 4453 in a 1v1 match? And they gave him his wish. You know what? You got what you wanted. Are you happy? Are you happy? What did you get out of that? Do you understand? Do you know what you got out of that? You got absolutely nothing out of that. You're gaining a total of nothing out of this. You're gaining no money. You're gaining no happiness, no rewards, and most importantly, no girls. And most importantly, your dad is not coming back just because you beat me in a 1v1 match, because you had the world over heaven and I had White Album, because you don't even deserve to have skill points to put into your skill tree to even have a stand. How are you prestige 3? This doesn't even make sense, bro. You don't even know what the word prestige means. You don't understand the grind, the hours, and the effort, the work that I put into this game, the hours, the money I make, the content, the entertainment I provide. Yet this kid was awful. This kid was embarrassing. His parents are disappointed. His grandparents, his great-great-grandparents, his ancestors, his whole bloodline is disappointed in how awful this kid is at every single video game to exist. Every single button he presses, every single keyboard he types, every single letter, every single word, every single symbol. It does not matter. This kid should be banned off of Roblox. His IP address should not be registered. His social security number should not even exist. This man should be banned from every single thing that he touches, because it's a virus, it's a disease. This man is not, it's incomprehensible. It's uncomparable. There is no word to compare the anger I'm feeling, the sadness I'm feeling, the guilt I'm feeling, and most importantly, the depression I'm feeling. I feel like I let everyone down just from that. I let my whole bloodline down because I lost to that absolute epitome, that absolute embarrassment of a YBA player, of a YBA Joe. That kid was awful. That kid did not deserve to even touch a keyboard. That kid did not even deserve to know what JoJo is, what anime is, what the internet is. He does not deserve to have. He should be stranded on an island right now, all alone, and his only source is sticks and stones, dude, and water and sand and all that. He should not have any access to any electric device, because that kid is actually terrible. That kid is awful. That kid is undeniably awful. That is the worst YBA player I've ever seen, dude, because my YBA pride is demolished. I was feeling good about this one earlier. The matches I won, the grind I put, the hours I put in, the effort I put in, I could have won that, but that kid snatched it from me, snatched my YBA pride from me, and I'm going to make sure till my very last breath that I get my revenge on that kid. I'm going to 1v1 one day. I'm going to record it. I'm going to post it. I'm going to spam easy like my life depends on it. I'm going to be toxic like there is no tomorrow, like there is no other, because that kid is actually embarrassing. That kid is awful. That kid does not deserve to even have a Roblox account. He does not deserve to have a Microsoft login. I don't care what he uses. This kid does not deserve to have a Chromebook. I don't know what this kid plays on. He does not deserve to have any account on any internet thing that he ever uses, any electronic device, because that kid is actually god awful. That kid, may God have mercy on his soul, because I do not have mercy. I do not feel a single shred, a single tear of sadness in that kid, because that kid is actually awful. This has happened 3 times in a row, 3 streams in a row. It's embarrassing of how awful, of how embarrassing, how terrible this is. This is an inspirational speech. I'm speaking out for the entire YBA community. I'm speaking out on behalf of all YouTubers, Paragon, of Uzu, of everyone, because I'm the voice. I'm the voice YBA needs. You aren't. I am. because I'm saying what you guys are too afraid to say. Being toxic, that shouldn't be looked down upon. That should be normalized, because the society we live in, we put on too much work, too much stress for our bodies to handle. We need to let it out on Your Bizarre Adventure YBA on Roblox.com, because this is actually this is outrageous. This is undeniably, this is going to be the next outbreak, bro, because this should not actually even be able to be physically, humanly, mentally, spiritually possible in any realm, dimension. I don't care. You could be heaven, hell, or earth. You would not be able, no matter the cost, no matter the stand, no matter the skill tree, no matter the spec, no matter anything. I could have beat that kid. I could have beat that kid standless with no points in my vitality, my eyes gouged out, my fingers all bloody, and my legs cut off, and I still could have beat that kid. I could have been crippled too, and my body was all numb, and I was still absolutely not to throw with that kid. But with a white album pluck, healthy skill tree, I cannot beat that kid, because that kid has some hacks on. That kid does not deserve. How does he even know how to even put that on? He used it as an illusion. He fooled me. This is a word. It's BLM. Yeah, I'm still losing to this. I should have good luck. I don't understand. It doesn't work, bro. This isn't how it works. This isn't how the game. I'm in the stream. I'm very angry. I'm gonna go rant about something. I don't know. I'm just if anyone was inspired by that, or someone or something, just clip it. Just clip that stream moment or whatever. Post on YouTube. I don't know. I don't care. Post on YouTube or TikTok. Swag YBA rant. I don't know. I don't care. I'm hopping off, bro. I need to blow off some steam, bro. I need to let some steam out, bro. And it's gotta be on YBA. It's gotta be on Your Bizarre Adventure. It's gotta be on that kid and his bloodline, bro. Because he did everything to me. He hurt me. This is my villain backstory. This kid is the bane of my existence. This is a story of good versus evil. And, alright, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm gonna end the stream. I got too carried away. I just gotta let some steam out, man. I'm just very angry. Alright, see ya.